Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mrs. Force. I'm a U.S. history teacher, and I will be reading your Week 8 quiz. Remember, as you're playing the recording, you can stop at any time to be able to answer your questions, and then press play again to move on to the recording. We'll start with question number 1. Why was Herbert Hoover, an incumbent president, easily defeated by Franklin Roosevelt? The country's economic problems had grown worse, and people thought Hoover wasn't doing enough. People wanted someone with a broader background in money and finance. Franklin Roosevelt was known for his humanitarian work. Or Hoover did not campaign because he was working on solving the financial crisis. Question number 2. What is the name given to the start of President Roosevelt's time in office, during which the government was very productive in passing legislation to help the American people? Roosevelt cleans house, the opening days, the first term, the first 100 days. Question 3. Why did Roosevelt hold regular fireside radio chats where he spoke directly to the American people? He wanted to increase his popularity among the people and ensure success in the next election. He wanted to ease people's fear about the economic crisis and keep them informed to what the government was doing to help. He sold advertisements during his radio chats that helped fund relief efforts for the people impacted by the Depression. Or it was a constitutional requirement that the executive branch provide regular updates to the people. Question number 4. What were the key objectives of New Deal legislation? Bailout for banks, rescue of people's savings, and stabilization of the monetary system, relief for people in need, recovery for the economy, and reform to prevent future problems, restoration of faith in banks, rescue of people in need, and stabilization of the international economy, or assistance for failing businesses, buyouts for banks, and unemployment insurance. Question number 5. How does the Social Security Act continue to affect the lives of citizens today? Provides retirement income, provides bank investments, funds school improvements, grants agricultural subsidies. Question 6. Why did FDR attempt to pack the court and increase the number of Supreme Court justices? He wanted to be able to appoint more justices for the court who would support his New Deal legislation. He wanted to make it easier for people to elect the Supreme Court justices. He was allowing the constitutional requirement that He was following the constitutional requirement that the number of justices increase as additional states were added to the Union, or he wanted to make the Supreme Court less powerful. Number 7. What is a common historical view of the New Deal? Roosevelt failed to understand the needs of the common people during the crisis. Reforms were not needed in the U.S. during the Great Depression, and people would have been fine without them. New Deal was a revolution similar to what happened in several European nations. President Roosevelt was unable to end the Great Depression through his programs. And question number 8, which is not one of the criticisms of the New Deal. A bolder New Deal with more legislation could have ended the Depression much sooner. The New Deal made things worse by making free enterprise or private ownership of businesses more difficult. The laws passed in the New Deal were so complex that they could not be put into action. The New Deal made many Americans too dependent on government welfare. Once you are finished, make sure that you click Submit Quiz and double check in the gradebook that a grade has reported. If you have any questions or concerns, be sure to reach out to your U.S. History teacher. Good luck!